Alright, so here we are with my personal Oscars and what I would do if I was in control of the nominees, the winners, and just the awards in general. And we are going to kick things off with Supporting Actress, where I have nominated Cara Jade Myers from Killers of the Flower Moon, Divine Joy Randolph from The Holdovers, Judith State from RMN, Julianne Moore from May December, and Sandra Hüller from The Zone of Interest. And winning this award is Divine Joy Randolph. There's a reason why she's sweeping everywhere. Her performance was just breathtaking. She rebounded so well from The Idol. Probably the best way you could rebound from that terrible of a show. So well done to Divine Joy Randolph. And next up we have Supporting Actor. Nominated for this award are Charles Melton from May December, Dominic Sessa from The Holdovers, Milo Machado Grenay from Anatomy of a Fall, Robert Downey Jr. from Oppenheimer, and Ryan Gosling from Barbie. Winning this award, this was really close for me, but winning it is Dominic Sessa. Sessa was such a standout. This is his first movie ever, and they found him kind of out of nowhere, and the story of that is amazing, and his performance just, oh, it was so good. He is the heart of this film. For sound, I'm nominating Across the Spider-Verse, Godzilla Minus One, Oppenheimer, The Creator, and The Killer, and winning this award is The Killer. You can feel the sound in this movie. It is groundbreaking and breathtaking, and yeah, I loved it. For production design, I am nominating Asteroid City, Barbie, Beau is Afraid, Poor Things, and Rye Lane. Winning that one is Barbie. I mean, look at Barbie Land. It is spectacular, and the fact that they were just able to build that is wonderful. I don't know how you can't have that movie win. I know that there was some really tough competition, but at the end of the day, like, they made a movie about Barbie and made it look spectacular. You need to be a film genius to pull that off. And the final technical that we're gonna do for now is visual effects, where our nominees are Beau is Afraid, Godzilla Minus One, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Oppenheimer, and The Creator. And winning this is, of course, Oppenheimer. Look at this movie. It's incredible. Alright, so now moving on to a new category that I have added for voice acting. I think that if you are a voice actor, you deserve to get recognized for your work. We're gonna kick things off with Bradley Cooper from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Chloe Grace Moretz from Nimona, Daniel Kaluuya from Across the Spider-Verse, Jack Black from Mario, and Robert Pattinson from The Boy and the Heron. Winning this award, I have Robert Pattinson. Even though it is a dub in Boy and the Heron, he just doesn't sound like himself whatsoever, and he just sounds terrifying. His whole just voice, it's mortifying. All right, now moving on to international. For my nominees in Best International Feature, I have 20 Days in Mariupol, Anatomy of a Fall, Godzilla Minus One, Perfect Days, and RMN. And winning this award, I have Anatomy of a Fall. This film had me on the edge of my seat pretty much the entire time. Yes, it's a court drama, but even more importantly and effectively, it is a family drama. Moving on, we have Best Animated, and the nominees for Best Animated are Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Nimona, Suzume, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and The Boy and the Heron. Winning this award is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I love this movie. All right, now we are moving on back to technicals with the new award I have put in for choreographed stunts. So pretty much the idea for this award is to not only count action, but also count dancing. For this award, I have nominated Extraction 2, John Wick 4, Magic Mike's Last Dance, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and The Iron Claw. Winning this award is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. This was a really hard award to pick, but I just wanted to give it to Mission Impossible specifically for that motorcycle stunt. All right, so moving on now to Best Score. We have Daniel Pemberton for Across the Spider-Verse, Jerskin Fendrix for Poor Things, Marcelo Zarvos for May December, Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer, and Joe Hisashi for The Boy and the Heron. Winning is Göransson for Oppenheimer. This is one of the best scores I have ever heard in a film. Seriously, like, it would be the best score of the 2020s, if not for Babylon. For Scariest Movie, I am nominating Evil Dead Rise, Saw X, Talk to Me, Thanksgiving, and When Evil Lurks. Winning this award is When Evil Lurks. This movie was terrifying, it was disgusting, it was so good. It's one of the best horror films of the year. I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely the scariest. Next we have Most Action-Packed Movie, and this is just the movies that I think have the best action. So my nominees are Across the Spider-Verse, Creed 3, Godzilla Minus One, John Wick Chapter 4, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Winning is John Wick Chapter 4. It's kind of a no-brainer that it's gonna go to John Wick because, like, come on, look at the action in that movie. It is incredible. Moving on now to our final, like, kind of award like this. I don't really know how to describe it. I guess, like, genre award, and that is Most Riveting Musical. Our nominees are Barbie, The Color Purple, The Little Mermaid, Wish, and Wonka. Winning this award is Wonka. I was listening to the Wonka soundtrack for like a month after Wonka came out. It is just too good to not really get hooked on. All right, next up we have Best Adapted Screenplay. And our nominees are Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and The Boy and the Heron. Winning this award is Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, I mean, its screenplay just, to me, was a real standout for that film. The book follows the guy played by Jesse Plemons, the FBI officer, but instead we follow this terrible criminal person that ends up being played by Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, and just that change was genius by Scorsese and Roth, and I think that it really warrants a win for adapted screenplay. And now for Best Original Screenplay, our nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, Bottoms, Past Lives, The Holdovers, and The Iron Claw. Winning, we have Anatomy of a Fall. This screenplay just blew me away, and it is probably the best screenplay of the year, in my opinion. All right, now our final couple of technicals here. Starting off with Best Editing, we have Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Priscilla, Ryan Lane, and The Killer. And winning this award, just like it is everywhere else, is Oppenheimer. That editing was ridiculous, and the way it plays with all the different timelines was just wonderful. So yeah, like, how can I not give it to Oppenheimer? All right, and finally for the technicals, we have Cinematography. Our nominees are Edward Lochman, Matthew Libatique, Hoyte van Hoytema, Tudor Vladimir Panduru, and Eric Messerschmidt. Winning this is Oppenheimer. It's Oppenheimer. I don't know what else to say at this point. Now we are down to our final 5 awards, and we're going to kick that off with Best Lead Actor. The nominees are Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction, Koji Yakusho for Perfect Days, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, and Zac Efron for The Iron Claw. And winning is Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Again, it's Oppenheimer, and it's Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer. He is incredible. You know, like, I don't know what else to say at this point for a lot of these films, and Oppenheimer is one of them, where it's like, what can I say that hasn't already been said about Cillian Murphy in this movie? It is one of the best performances I have ever gotten to see in a movie theater, and seeing him on that IMAX screen, you know, just seeing Cillian Murphy's face that big, incredible. 10 out of 10 experience, would recommend. And now for Best Lead Actress, we have nominated Kaylee Spaney for Priscilla, Emma Stone for Poor Things, Leonie Benesch for The Teacher's Lounge, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. And winning that is Sandra Hüller. Her performance was breathtaking and groundbreaking, and it just had me so invested. There's a reason why this won the Palme d'Or, and there's a reason why this is one of my favorite movies of the year, and just why I think that this movie is so successful and so good. And a lot of that has to do with Sandra Hüller. Best Ensemble. The nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, RMN, The Iron Claw, and The Zone of Interest. And winning this is Barbie. They are just all playing it to an 11. You know, just the comedy in this film is wonderful. Just all of the different Barbies and Kens and Alan and the humans and just everyone, you know, they fit this film perfectly. And I find it to be so fun and so just wholesome and heartwarming for the most part. And yeah, it was a toss-up between this and Killers of the Flower Moon for me, but I wanted to give it to Barbie because it's Barbie. Now, our second to last award here, Best Director. The nominees are Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Sofia Coppola for Priscilla. Winning this award is Christopher Nolan, just like he is everywhere else. It's Christopher Nolan, and it's Oppenheimer. This is his baby. This is his movie that can just win everything, or at least win at like all those prestigious award shows. But will Oppenheimer get Best Picture here? I guess you gotta find out. We'll move on to Best Picture, where our nominees are Across the Spider-Verse, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, Godzilla Minus One, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Priscilla, The Boy and the Heron, The Holdovers, and The Iron Claw. If you've seen my top 10 for this past year, you already know what's winning here, and it isn't Oppenheimer, it's Across the Spider-Verse. To me, this is the best film of the year. It was just the best cinematic experience. It just, the amount of like, oh my god moments in this film were just incredible, and the amount of feelings, just the wave of emotion that washed over to me from this film. It was just an experience unlike anything else I've really had for the rest of the year, including movies like Oppenheimer and Anatomy of a Fall and Barbie. Just nothing to me could top Spider-Verse. That being said, what are your thoughts on my little personal Oscars, or whatever you want to call it? Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what you would nominate and have winning for some of the biggest awards, or what are some awards that you wish you could add to the Oscars? I want to talk about it in the comments, so yeah, please let me know. While you're at it, feel free to drop a like on this video or whatever you want to do. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.